1:23 p.m. Sunday, July 30th, 2023. Putting a new dragon dungeon together, new basement. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's worth it. This one's got a lot of extra rooms. It's got a lot of materials that are gonna be very useful already in it. Just a lot of organizing. A lot of organizing. There's a couple rooms right there full of wood. I'll show you. Well, that one's full of wood and that one's full of wood, but I'm not gonna climb back there right now. I blocked this off just for safety, but there's literally walls stacked up with 2x4s, different sizes and stuff. It's gonna take a lot of love, you know, to get it kind of nice, but a lot of stuff to organize because there's really nothing in here to get rid of. But there's a lot of space being taken up that doesn't need to be taken up. Like this, none of this is garbage. These are all clean clothes. I'm going to turn this kind of into a library. It'll still be water storage, but I didn't do this, believe it or not. But I don't plan on drinking it either. I just don't really feel comfortable throwing it out until I bring my own water in to replace it, you know. So it's not gonna happen overnight, that's for sure. But I'll put some time in every day. This is going to be not just for me to use, but, you know, for the whole family to utilize and use as workspaces. And I think that when I'm indoors, this is probably where I'll be making the videos from most of the time. I was just watching Billy Carson's video. It's like a year old, maybe it's over a year old probably, where it's titled like the real reason why like the Russia-Ukraine stuff is going on and everything. And you know, he's probably right about all the stuff that he says in that video. It's worth listening to. I would recommend anybody go back and watch it, but because he has a realistic view of, you know, looking at it through like the eyes of human nature and reading in between the lines of what we're shown and told. But I think it's still deeper than that, deeper than anything that he said. He actually inspired me to make this video and talk about it, because I never talk about the Russia-Ukraine stuff or any of that news stuff like that. Because I could tell they want me to talk about it. They want you to talk about it. They want us to talk about it on these videos. They want us to talk about it in line with each other at the grocery store. They want us to talk to each other when we're pumping gas. These stories that we hear so much about, that's apparently what they want us to focus on. I mean, common sense, you know, if somebody keeps unifying, all these media people who own all this stuff keeps unifying to put the same exact message to you, then to me, common sense would be like, this is what they want you to be thinking about. So that's why I usually don't talk about that kind of stuff, is because I don't preferably want to keep falling for the tricks. Billy Carson also said something else that I want to reiterate. This is not an exact quote, but this is what he said. there's a very small group of people. I think he said 150. There's about 150 people ruling the planet, ruling approximately 8 billion, maybe a little under 8 billion. 150 individuals are ruling approximately 8 billion. I told my brother Jacob of Ephraim in a message, I sent him that, because I heard Billy Carson say that multiple times, and not even recently, like years ago. It's the first time I seen him say that in a video, but it's so true that once you really know that and see it, and you see like how people are running around and like just not getting it at all, or not trying to get it or anything, like, and it's just like going right over their head, and you know it's going to stay like this or get worse, because you see all like the jab stuff that happened, and that's not over. You know what I mean? That's not over. They didn't put all that work into that to just walk away. Now they accomplished something that they wanted to accomplish. My guess is with graphene, I shouldn't have said that, but my guess is, you know, with changing some things around and stuff, because if we do upgrade and we do start raising dimensions, and that there could be a physical aspect to that also, I think that these people who are under like universal contracts or stuff where it says like their image and you know everything about them throughout the whole perpetuity of the universe and the multiverse and all that stuff, like those kind of contracts, and people who got the jab and the boosters are probably not allowed to go. If the whole population, if our reality would be like get upgraded and stuff, like how people think like we're going to like the 5D and all that stuff. I don't know which one or anything like that, but if something like that were happening, it would seem like, well, they're trying to trap as many, like, you know, slave people in hell as they can, and that's how they're doing it, is when they I don't even remember, but oh yeah, but I just wanted to reiterate that quote from Billy Carson. It's like such a small group of people are running just a whole bunch of people. Like the only thing that's keeping that together is the whole bunch of people arguing with each other. That's why I don't like these Jason Aldean songs and like Tom McDonald's song American Flags. That sounded like bullshit to me. I don't know, maybe I should go back and re-listen to it before I keep talking about too much, but that sounded like, if you don't like the way that we are, and then you're gonna get punched in the face and shot with a gun, and like just regular rap stuff that's garbage. I don't like it whenever Lil Wayne talks like that. I don't like it when any of them talk like that. I don't care if it's Tom McDonald, if it's a country singer like Jason Aldean, but Jason Aldean's, he wasn't saying as much like gun stuff and direct violence, like hitting people stuff and everything, but still it sounds like a threat, and it does make people in small towns who are the minorities feel uncomfortable, and that's, I mean, you would have to be a scumbag to even want to do that, like, especially if you already are like part of the majority. I wouldn't want to be around on Judgment Day if I was taking part in something like that right now, that's for sure. It's the only thing that holds it all together, though, is them keeping everybody fighting with each other, and them keeping everybody focused on things like Russia and Ukraine and all the stories that they just put in your face over and over and over again. But real quick, I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes so I can upload it on TikTok too, but I think that Billy's probably right about everything that he's saying on there about the situation and, you know, the finances and resources parts of it and everything. But I think it's deeper than that. I think that it is involving a greater script, you know, something that's already been written out and planned, probably by a nefarious advanced group or race. And they're not the only ones up there or down there. You know what I mean? Or in here, this empty space that we think's empty space because of our visible light spectrum. There's more things at play. There's more different types of groups, beings, races, populations, entities. They are playing a video game with us. So I think that it's deeper. I think that like this is, if somebody really wanted to sit down and decode it, that you could correlate all this stuff to like biblical and ancient text type of wars, because it's a written out script for this. But they don't know all the outcomes. They just know who's going against who and when and how, and you know, it's scripted. It's been written. So stay up.